Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bowling.
Brad Johnson.
Bottom
Bottom line Thursday. Look at us go again.
All right.
So, Brad, I've been, watching a lot of shows, streaming services, and I keep seeing advertisements for drugs. And so I want to know, as we're in 2023, we look at a lot of those prices. We're trying to figure out how much those drugs cost. It's kind of crazy when you look those up, but can you tell us what is now the most expensive drug on the market? Because I have to imagine it hasn't been advertised yet if it's just coming out, but you said there's one that's just blowing away the costs of what we see advertised on a normal day.
Yeah, if you do have a trivia night and they get real geeky and they do ask you what's the highest cost drug now released, we have a new winner for 2023. The year is only 2 months into it, and it's a drug. Actually, I don't even know the name of the drug, but it's a genetic treatment.
Okay.
A one-time treatment, and it costs $3.5 million.
Wow.
To the treatment. So what's crazy about it though, and it treats hemophilia,
Okay.
and it's a very serious condition. I feel
Absolutely.
so bad for folks that have it. Basically, if you get a little bump, your body, the blood doesn't clot.
Yeah.
So life-threatening for sure. The prior treatments for it though were very expensive, not to the tune of 3.5 million per treatment. It'd be for the rest of your life, the prior course of treatment. And that could range $500,000 a year, $1 million a year under the old way of treatment.
Yeah.
So here's what's crazy about some of these new drugs. You think about cost benefit.
Right.
If you have one of these people on your plan and it quote unquote cures the disease or puts it in permanent remission, that might actually pencil out versus having the old treatments at $500,000 to $1 million, $500,000 to $1 million a year for multiple years if they're on your plan. So, welcome to the age of these genetic drugs and these genetic treatments to cure things that couldn't previously be cured.
Wow. Yeah,
I think that
goes back to the Hep C, right? I mean, Hep C drug comes out, we can cure you. I want to say it was it 350 grand back then, which was a horribly expensive drug. But again, if you penciled it out, if they stayed on your plan for about 3 to 5 years, then it would pay for itself. So yeah, if you're saying that old treatment was 500 to $1 million and this is 3.5, well, but wow.
Yes, I mean, it's amazing how we have progressed with medical technology. I mean, when you think about being able to cure a genetic disease, but it's still that tough decision of, that's got to be paid for somehow. And again, the plan's going to pay for it. Stop loss is going to have to account for it. I think that's going to continue to raise costs. But if you have that longer vision to say, we know this employee is going to be with us or this family member is going to be with us, do we take the hit now and know that for their sake of life, they're going to be in much better spot and it's done? That's crazy to have to think through. I mean, that's a tough discussion to have as an employer plan.
What's interesting though, as I thought about this, because I have had one group that had a high cost claimant with hemophilia. And, you think about this, every year we struggled with getting the reinsurance to renew.
Yeah.
Who wanted to quote it on the reinsurance side? If this was a one and done, I wouldn't want to be the reinsurer in the year that they paid for that big claim. Yeah. But oddly, the year after that,
everybody's going to take a swing at it.
Because you're, theoretically, if it works, that your risk is off the plan ongoing. So yeah,
we've seen
to be a reinsurer right now with all these changes going on.
We've got 2 reinsurance carriers that have a exclusion that's in the reinsurance agreement. They're not going to pay for gene therapy drugs. It's just, they're so, in their defense, Brad, they don't want to be that one that, that takes that hit. And again, it's a hard conversation you have to have with the employer is, this might be the best contract for you, but this is the downside.
Yeah. And it's tough too. I mean, when you have, challenge hiring employees, keeping employees, at what point does the HR team have to have that conversation that I'm sorry, we're just not paying for this? And, we have those conversations with the HR team. We have the conversations with the ownership or the leadership team, the financial team. And that's a balance that has to go around the room because, that's impacting somebody's life. But man, that's an enormous amount of money. I think we're going to have more of these coming.
Yeah, I agree. Seems to be the future, doesn't it?
So I will save that for my next trivia night. I can't say that we wear team shirts yet, but I do enjoy trivia night.
3.5 million.
3.5.
Thank
All
you.
right.
That's a good one. Wow. All right. Thank you both.
Yep.
All right.
Good to see you.
See ya.